Yeah, I don't know. Yes, the boys. The boys are in, finally. We've got our first cheeky live. Let's go, Jonathan. I'm loving the 1% members emoji. Suits you big time. Suits you big time, mate. But yeah, like you said, we are gonna do 10 or so minutes sort of, streaming, without being members and stuff, and then we'll go into the members sort of section after that. But yeah, I was just going to build a couple of my lineups for this weekend first, and then yeah, we'll obviously go in and build some members lineups after that. Bench press dad, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us. But yeah, Jonathan, I will and bench press dad as well. I want to show you. I've got something cooking for this midweek, like seriously cooking. It's a random little midweek that we've got in under 23 Super Rare where just nobody's playing basically, and the scores are stupidly low. And I've managed to pluck this out. I've got Piton playing now in, 4 minutes? Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, maybe I'm not going to sneeze, sorry. I muted myself then. Maybe I am going to sneeze, I don't know. If I sneeze, I'm sorry. But yeah, we've managed to get this weird little situation where we're second in under 23 Super Rare, right? Let me go over to Game Week, leaderboards. Down to under 23 Super Rare, unfinished lineups only. Well, no, we won't do that actually. So in first is this guy, right? He has no one else to play, and he's 19 points ahead of me. And I have Piton to play in, like I said, 3 minutes' time. So yeah, there's this guy behind me as well, though. He has this Calvin Twig who's playing now against Ajax, but he isn't doing so well score-wise. So I don't think he's going to do much there. And then the rest of these guys, if we go unfinished only, he has the goalie playing right now, obviously the Ajax keeper, but he has nobody else playing. This guy has Mika Tuezi, who's on the bench. This guy has Lucas Orellano, but he's not starting. And this guy has Mika Tuezi and obviously Calvin Twig unique. So, and obviously these guys have like one player each. So basically I can't not finish on the podium. It seems like. It feels like third is like the least I could do. Second seems pretty locked as long as this Calvin Twig doesn't like pop off completely. But I've got a really good chance of finishing first. Like if Piton scores 12 AA, which equates to like 19 points, with his bonus, sorry. We've basically got a potential first place in under 23 Super, which would be absolutely fucking mental, by the way, because I think you get a tier 2 rare, a tier 2 super rare, and like however much ETH. It's ridiculous. Here it is here. So, yeah, tier 2 rare, tier 2 super, and $730 for first place. Second place still gets a tier 2. I would take either of those. I'm not being picky. But first place would be absolutely mental, obviously. I don't know what happened there, sorry. So, yeah, even third place, you still get a tier 3 and $350 is ridiculous. So, I mean, I would take a card at least. But it feels like, Sorare data tells us we can't finish any lower than, where's it, 2? Normally it tells you like, oh, there we go. Yeah, so I can't finish any lower than 5th right now. Which is what? 5th is a tier 3. So we've basically secured a tier 3 so far. Yeah, it's just the most random midweek ever. Like nobody is playing. As you can see, as far as the games go, like just not many players have played. Or not many teams have played realistically. Celtic obviously played yesterday. Motherwell played. Luckily, Duke came off the bench for me and got a goal. But, like, there's just not that many cards out there. I was so unlucky, though. My main sort of super rare that I captained, Santiago Ramos Mingo, he hasn't missed a game for the last couple. I captained him thinking he would be a lock, and he was on the bench, which I was absolutely gutted about. Him being my captain. Have a look at that. So, I know he had a bit of a stinker here, but he's literally started every game for the last, 6 games. Obviously didn't start yesterday. So yeah, a bit gutted to see him. And as soon as he come off the bench, Racing basically just scored. So yeah, he lost 4 points there. What is the prize pool looking like, Jonathan? It looks decent, mate, honestly. You've got Sasha, but I mean, this is the top of it, so I don't know how realistic, it is to look at the top of it. But this is the top, obviously. Bowie, Orban, Will Dennis, Baliba, Wilfred Singo, De Lit's in there. I know he just got injured, but Mateus De Lit's in there. John Spielers, Soleil Super Rare, Simic, Adiemi, Angelo, Destinoglu and Dogi, Balzani, McNeil Super Rare, Beltran Super Rare, Kudus Super Rare. Some unbelievable cards in here. Dedic Super Rare. Return of the Dedic to the gallery. That would be funny if we got Dedic in. Delinga's in there, who I actually own. Lucas Susic Super Rare. Gio Reyna, Adringa, Thiao, Dan Roth. Some massive cards in here, genuinely. Like, I don't think I've ever won. Have I ever won a tier? Yeah, I have won I don't even know if I've ever won a tier 2 Super Rare, to be honest. Colidio's in there. It's honestly insane. Like, it's a really good pool. Tom Bischoff's in there. It's ridiculous, realistically. So, Dirk Proper, Mies Hilgers, Kosanu, Angus Knaff, Lando. Dedic is actually linked to Real Madrid. Wow, no way. I'm not surprised, though. They'll probably want to refresh that sort of Carvajal right-back position at some point because he's not going to go on forever. Ben Prestad, yeah, and I'm getting limited 240 threshold in a tier 5. Mate, honestly, like, I haven't hardly won anything for a while. Like, I know that's sort of a different level in that sense, limited to Super Rare, but it's all relative at the end of the day. Like, I've been playing for 3 years. Like, this, you don't get this type of gallery like overnight. It's just as simple as that. Unless you've got stupid money to put in, which I didn't or don't. So, I've had to really sort of cry my way up the ranks. But yeah, I mean, tier 5 is better than nothing. Ian says, all right, Harry, I'll join up when I'm at my PC, can't do it on my phone. Good luck. I appreciate that, Ian, a lot, mate. I really do. Yeah, there is something weird about the phones, isn't it? Like, you can't become a member on phones for some reason. But, yeah, obviously you can do it on a laptop / whatever. But for some reason, you can't become a member of a YouTube or whatever, YouTube channel on a phone, which is weird. But yeah, lads, I was just going to do some lineup building quickly for this weekend. And then I'm going to go into a members stream straight after this. So I'll lock it for members only. I basically, sort of come out today and launch the members site or the members section, of my YouTube channel. I'm basically, looking to offer multiple streams every week, helping you guys build your Sorare lineups, giving you some, giving you a gallery review every month. Looking to do that like at the end of every month, basically. And then, a weekly scouting session, basically, where we'll just sit down together and chat, up and coming stars and, new cards and whatever. That are sort of, opportunities on Sorare. But yeah, you do have to become a member to get in on those member streams. I think it's £1 a month, £1 a week, £4 a month. And yeah, it was just it's a chance for me to sort of monetize my content, because right now, lads, I'll be honest, I don't monetize it anywhere like near enough. Like, I don't really get any brand deals in that sense. Like, I don't really make any money off my videos apart from a bit of AdSense. But if you're not getting stupid amounts of views, like, you're not gonna make money off YouTube at the end of the day. And yeah, I really want to try and make this my job in that sense, and I'm working towards that. And yeah, I needed to find a way to sort of value, give something back in that sense, value and time wise. So yeah, that's kind of what I've decided to do. It's similar to what Quinny does in that sense. But yeah, Jonathan says I became a member on my phone. Interesting. I think it's different for every country. A lot of countries can't even get memberships. Interesting. I didn't actually know that. It's weird. Like, yeah, when I asked my girlfriend to do it on her phone, she couldn't do it for some reason. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, okay, we're gonna do a couple of lineups of my own first, and then we'll get into some of your guys's. But yeah, I mean, this weekend, there's a couple of nice AAA sort of fixtures that I've got going on with Costa in goals. Timber seems like a bit of a lock away to Warwick. If I've pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. Vinny's at home to Vallecano, which seems really, really good. My mate in Iceland can't. They don't allow them. That's really weird, that is, isn't it? I wonder what the sort of rules and regulations of that is, Ian. That's really weird. Anyway, Vinny looks like a lock to me. Potentially looking to play Vinny and Rodrigo in the same lineup, as long as I can get a super rare defender in here that I'm sort of confident in. I don't have anyone that has like insane matchups, hence the pick scores. You know, A is my sort of peak there. Piton, who's playing now for me, plays at home, but they play Botafogo, who are first in the league, and I just don't love that as a matchup. Even though Sorare tell me it's a good matchup, I'm not convinced, because Botafogo I think they scored 3 goals last night, although they lost to Palmeiras 4-3, but they're still scoring 3 goals, which, yeah, I can't really afford my Piton to be conceding, to be honest. So, yeah, outside of that, we've got Rodrigo Guth away to Peck's Wall, isn't terrible. Casper Whittle at home to AZ. I feel like, although it's not like an unbelievable matchup, i.e. like they aren't favourites for the game, I think he could defend really well and have a lot of sort of defensive actions. So I am quite tempted to throw him in there. Balde's away to Sociedad. I don't love it. Mingo obviously played last night, didn't start, which is annoying. Balki's at home to Besiktas. Again, I don't love that fixture. And then this Rune Pajhus, or Pashhus, however we're going to pronounce it. They play away to St. Truden, who, again, probably isn't a great matchup if you're playing for UPenn. So, yeah, I'm not, like, in love with any of the options, to be honest. I mean, Whittle, in a weird way, sticks out the most to me, just because I think he'll do pretty well on sort of AA. If we look at his form when we go last 5... I mean, Caceres has really good AA average. So does Sergi Cardona, to be honest. But they play at Atletico Madrid. He has a 16.3 L5 AA average. His ceiling isn't great, but he does have, you know, a really nice AA game. And they've been conceding a lot of goals. So, like, I'm kind of factoring that into, okay, they're playing AZ. They probably concede 1 or 2, and he's still managing to put up, like, a decent score AA-wise. So, in a weird way, I feel like he's probably my best shout. And then, you know, I'm basically asking Vinny and Rodrigo and Timber to really carry this team as far as, you know, really punching. You know, I think Vinny could be on for a really nice score. And hopefully Rodrigo just signed his contract extension. So that could be quite interesting there. But that would be the under-23 Rare Plus team. I can't get used to saying Rare Plus, by the way. That's just... It's Rare Pro. Like... it just doesn't feel right, to be honest. Cap 240 super rare. There's a couple of locks that, you know, I kind of have to play. So Matson has to go in. They play Volendam at home. It's, you know, he's kind of my best super rare right now. Like, full stop. He's unbelievable as far as his scoring is going. He's really kicked on this year. And then I do have a little problem in goals because Leschuk, I know Shunin is back for Dynamo, but they have Leschuk down as 80%. But Shunin is actually playing right now for Dynamo. So, yeah. I'm a little bit suspicious of that. NEC are actually playing right now as well. Is Matson playing? Matson is playing. Interesting. Benchpress said, I think I signed up. Do you receive anything to say you're in or not? I can see if you're in or not, but I'm pretty sure it should give you like a little receipt, right? Jonathan, doesn't it say like you're a member now, if that makes sense? Jonathan's, you know, one of the other ones in the chat right now. But I can look myself. It doesn't say that. I've only got 2 members so far, so I don't know if yeah, maybe it needs to update, but it should give you like not a receipt, but it should basically say like you've signed up to, let me send you. I don't know whether it does this to everyone, but when Jonathan signed up, he had that message. it gives you a message and an email apparently. So it says like you've become a member or something. So yeah. So let me know if it does that for you. I was just checking there. Matson is playing right now, which I don't love. Bench press, double check. And yeah, like Jonathan says, you'll have that little emoji thing, the 1%. Okay, so Matson's playing now. I'm a bit sort of suspicious because I have Sondre Hansen, who's a striker or winger for NEC, and he's not in the squad, which apparently they were going to leave him out because he was ill or something, but he kind of should be okay for the weekend situation. And yeah, I don't know. It seems a little bit dicey to me. So I'm a bit worried about that. I can't lie. Ajax has started back up. How's our boy Piton doing? Not doing too much. So yeah, it's Matson. The goalie situation's interesting because, like I said, Leszczuk is 80% on to start and play sharper, but I don't love that. That was why I was going to go over here, wasn't it, to see Dynamo. Dynamo Moscow are playing, or were playing right now. Here we go. So they won 2-1, and Shunin played the game. So does that mean he plays on the weekend? Yeah, Jonathan said Matten's nailed. Hansen will start with. Oh, sorry, Hansen will start with. I don't think Hansen will start. Sorry. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking as well. To be fair, mate. So yeah, I'm probably going to leave him out. So then I kind of have to basically play Guyton Cook, who plays away to Standard Liège, if I don't want to risk the Leszczuk situation. If we don't want to risk the Hansen situation, because he has such a low L15 and a great matchup, it was kind of a recipe for me wanting to play him, to be honest. And yeah, outside of that, is Sam Greenwood down to start for Middlesbrough? That would be my next 50%. Maybe it takes a minute. I have a receipt saying I've paid, but on browser still saying join. That's interesting. Maybe it takes a little while to kind of get going. It still shows me I've only got 2 members right now after launching earlier. So yeah, I don't know if it's actually gone through yet, bench press. But yeah, we'll give it a minute anyway. We're not gonna jump into the member section just yet. So yeah, you got time, don't worry. But yeah, Sam Greenwood's 50%. I don't love that, to be honest. I'd be interested to see what Thisterlinger is for Toulouse. They don't have a predicted lineup yet. Well, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Very annoying. Okay, that throws a spanner into the work. So Hansen's dodgy, Greenwood's dodgy, Delinger's dodgy, Brennan's dodgy. Literally every single one of them are dodgy. I think Brennan's down at like 55% for Tottenham. So yeah, I'm not in love with any of these options, to be honest, lads. So they play Chelsea, obviously, Monday night. Brennan's at 55%. Surely starts over Richarlison. Richarlison's been absolutely shocking recently. I just can't see how he would start, but maybe he does. Okay, we'll go with Greenwood for now, just because of his low L15, and even if he does come off the bench, like, we're not in the mud in that sense. We've got 92 points left. I mean, Guth has a good fixture, but so does Piton. If we go Guth there, we got 48 left. We could go Piton. That's annoying. It would have been nice to go. It would have been nice to play a Maya, to be honest, but we can't. Well, we don't have enough. Could go Balde. Could go Balki. Could even go Julian Bass, which is interesting. Could go Callum Slattery, but he was dragged yesterday, playing against Aberdeen. So I'm not in love with that, to be honest. I'm tempted to go Julian Bass, to be honest, and maybe go like that. Pick score is very, very high, which is nice. And yeah, that's kind of that. We'll go under 23 rare. No, actually, we'll go. We should have done. We need to do under 23 super now. We need to do Labrovic in goals. We go Zaidu Yusuf. We'll go Delinga. I'm sure he'll start at home. He didn't start last game, but I'd be shocked if he didn't start this game. Who do we play here? I fancy Balde as my defender, to be honest. And then Amaya kind of picks himself. Guth Clear, you should get the NEC version for that collection with Matson. That's a good point, Jonathan. I didn't actually think of that. That's a very good point. I was going to have a look now over and to see if somebody has the NEC version. Yeah, people do have it. Feder has it. Do you think we could get it off Feder? Interesting. Problem is, they all have decent... Oh, this guy might... He's open to trades. This guy might potentially sell us or trade us for... he has the jersey mint as well, though. I don't know if he'd give that up. Maybe he would. We'd have to try and see. But yeah, that's a good point, Jonathan. I do really need to do that. That would be the super rare lineup. And then under 23 rare would be something like... It'd be Bazanu in goal. Jonathan, what is going on with Ika Alvarez as well, by the way? That is something that I'm not happy about at all. Not saying that's your fault. It's basically my fault. I think I've cursed him, but I'm not in love with those... yeah, maybe I am in love with a couple of those defenders. I might go Gluch here. Did you like the pronunciation, Jonathan? I think, yeah, Caceres has to play here for me. He's done well since coming back into the side. Ferreira with a triple... what's that? If you can get the jersey mint, that'd be superb. Can get tab 7 from that year too. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Ferreira up front. I know he hasn't really been delivering too much. We could go Simakan for the extra. I do also like Monchu for the extra as well, though. They're at home to Tenerife. That's leaving out Enzo. That's leaving out Barriel. It's leaving out some decent players, to be honest. But it's leaving out Zaya Emery, who's been really good recently. Yeah, I'd be inclined to go Monchu, to be honest. And maybe captain... Probably Caceres. He's the safest AA-wise. You destroyed Ika Alvarez for me. At least we have some utility with Andorra. Yeah, I know. I mean, he's 50% for this weekend, right, Jonathan? I think if we go to Villarreal 2, he's at 50%, I believe. Let's have a little look. La Liga 2, Villarreal 2. Yeah, so he's at 50%, which is very annoying. But for Cap 240, I either play him or I play Bart. And both of them are dodgy. So it's like, you know, I'm kind of stuck in what to do in that sense. Because, yeah, neither of them are probably gonna start. But one of them might. It's just getting the right one in. We have to play Warazaya Emery in here. He has to play for us. In defense, I think Willy Boley, lads, Willy Boley's scores recently have been absolutely really, really good. Look at those scores, by the way. They've been really decent. So I think Willy Boley probably gets the nod there up front. Do I go Kulu against Chelsea? I don't love it. I like Sulemana, to be honest. I think Sulemana is the best shout. He has a great XP for us as well. And that leaves us with 61 points spare. Arbelo's away to Espanyol. I don't love that fixture. Paxton Pomacal, interesting, but I'd prefer to have somebody, probably a Simakan, maybe, or Enzo. I think Enzo could do decent. Or even Barriel. Barriel could be an interesting one. Captain Zaya Emery, maybe, or maybe Willy Boley. Probably, yeah. We'll go Zaya Emery. No, it is what it is. If our goalie plays, great. If he doesn't, then we're probably not getting the threshold. That's just kind of how that one's going to go. I was just going to check how Piton's doing. And he's not doing too well. Ajax have scored. Bergwijn, okay. Interesting. But yeah, Piton's not doing too well right now. Come on, Piton, you need to pull through for us, please. Please pull through for us. Okay. Let me check if the members situation is updated. No, it's still only showing me yeah, 2 members. So I don't know what will happen bench press if it doesn't sort of work out. Yeah, Ajax are finally winning, Ross. Mental. Absolutely mental, isn't it? They're on track to all score pretty well as well. I guess the clean sheet's been added, hasn't it? To be fair. But, yeah, Bergwijn with the goal. Brobby assist. Interesting. 75% possession. 21 shots. Jesus, that's insane. So, yeah, they have battered them then. I was just thinking then, Volendam obviously playing now. And obviously they play NEC then on Sunday. But I guess NEC are playing right now anyway. So there's the same amount of rest for both of them, if that makes sense. Yeah, that is interesting. But that's kind of the extent of... Well, I guess we could play a Cap 220 Super Rare as well. If we're saying Leicester plays, then it could be something like this. If we can afford to do it with... Oh, that's... Lads. I missed out on Florentino Luis. Florentino Luis has to play for me. He has to play somewhere. Flo has to play, lads. I can't not put Flo in a lineup. Ross says, have you tried the About tab on your phone? I've got that on mine. Interesting, Ross. Yeah, I've got to fit Flo in somewhere, lads, haven't I? I can't not play Florentino Luis. I think he's 90% on to start this weekend. I'm just not wasting... Any chance I get to play Flo, I play him. It's as simple as that. I've not had a chance so far this season. He's at 90%. I'm not turning that down. Simple as that. I have to play him somewhere. Can't really play him in 240 because I'm 1 point. I need 49 points. Oh yeah, that worked for Ross. Oh, Ross, I appreciate you, mate, becoming a member. Let's go, mate. Really appreciate that, mate. Yeah, so I guess it does work on your phone. I assume for whatever reason, doesn't work on Ian's. But that means a lot to me. I really do appreciate that. We're going to get into some lineup building now shortly. But yeah, I need to fit Flo somewhere. I do need to fit him in. We can't... Yeah, I'm in a bit of a situation then here, aren't I? Unless we can change something around here. So... if we get Flo in as our extra player and see what we can do. What can we do here? So we've got 80 points left. If our forward is, let's say... If our forward is Greenwood, then we've got 43 points. Excuse me. Which basically means we have to kind of play Balki. Which I'm not super against, to be honest. It would be just on the cap. We would fill it perfectly. They're at home. I know it's Besiktas, but you'd have to fancy him to do okay there. I'm not expecting the world, but I expect it to be half decent score-wise. So I think that would be the improvement. I'm not sure what's happened there. Yeah, I've got to fit Flo in, lads. I know he's away from home, but he's going to absolutely eat. WL Alex has become a member as well. Alex, I really, really appreciate that, mate. That means a lot, genuinely. Genuinely does, mate. Massively appreciate that. Just looking at the Ajax scores here. Piton, what are you doing? Okay, Piton's semi-back, lads. What has he done? He got an interception. Good lad. Good lad. How are they getting on? 51% possession. Okay, nothing crazy to look at here. Very even game so far. But But yeah, Alex, Ross, massively appreciate both of you. Honestly, means the absolute world to me. Genuinely don't understand. Yeah, massively appreciate it. I haven't seen you in the chat before, Alex, either. So I feel like you're new to me in that sense. If you're not new, I'm sorry, but yeah, I just don't recognize your name, like your handle in that sense. So yeah, let me know a little bit more about you. You know, how long have you been around in that sense, and do you watch the streams with me and Quinny, etc.? And yeah, just be interesting to see where you sort of came across the channel, mate. So yeah, really appreciate that. But lads, that's probably the end of my lineup building. We're gonna go into some lineup building for your guys' lineups now. But that is only for members. So Ross, Alex, Jonathan, the boys who have signed up. We only sort of opened it today. So yeah, it's kind of all new to me. I'm just kind of working things out. But yeah, part of the membership is, I'm going to try and build all your lineups for you guys, before game weeks close. And then we're going to do some scouting every week. So like one weekly scouting video / stream, lineup building twice a week, Monday, Thursday. And then, every month I'll do like a gallery review basically to help you out and see what we can do with your galleries in that sense, and see what we can, squeeze out of them. We want them to be as efficient as possible in that sense. David, what's going on, mate? Thank you for being here. But yeah, we are going to turn over to, I don't know how this all works, lads, so bear with me, but I am going to try and turn this into a member stream. So if you're not a member and you want your lineups to be built, then, become a member. £1 a week, £4 a month to do so. And yeah, if you don't want to, then obviously I completely understand. But yeah, for those who are members, we're going to go into our little member stream. And yeah, we're going to publish that. And yeah, it should be a members only stream now, lads. I assume and hope that that's worked. Let me know if it has. Maybe it hasn't. I can check on my phone to see what's going on. But yeah, we should be in a members only stream now, I think. Let me have a look. Are we in a members only stream, lads? That is what I want to know. Are we still alive? It says we're live. Are we still here? Because it shows I don't have any viewers, so I don't know if it's actually worked or not, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. I've probably messed something up somewhere. But yeah, we'll wait to see if this... Okay, we are still live. Can you still comment? Lads, if you're in the chat, just let me know, just because it feels like I'm talking to nobody, but maybe you are still here. Right now, I can't see the chat, so I don't know if that's my problem in that sense. Maybe it is. Maybe I need to sort my shit out. It says... Yeah, the chat's not... Okay, I can see the chat now, somehow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It wouldn't let me see... Yeah, it wouldn't let me see your chat, lad. Sorry. So now I have the chat. Yeah, we're back. Ross, Alex, yeah, all the boys are in here. Sorry, lads. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to work all this out, but yeah, it feels like I'm there now. Right. Let's get into some lineup building for you. I think, was Jonathan in first? Jonathan, I think you were in first, weren't you? I know bench press was in as well quite soon. So we've got, what, 5 or 6 of you guys interested in some lineup building. So we'll go Jonathan first, I think, because he was in first. I mean, we'll do everyone's, but... yeah, any sort of specific lineups, Jonathan, you want prioritized? Like, give me your 4 most prioritized lineups. We'll do like 4 each of everyone if you've got 4 lineups in that sense. And then if there's leftovers that you want done, we can do them as well. But we'll do 4 each first, just so we're not getting bored in doing everyone, like all of Jonathan's first and then all of somebody's. We're going to do 4 of Jonathan's, 4 of bench press, 4 of Alex's, 4 of Ross's. Volendam should be level. Ooh, what happened there? Big chance missed. Okay, so Jonathan has his preference there for us. So he's got under 23, Champ EU, 240, 270. Okay, we'll get those 4 done first. And then we'll kick on to somebody else's. And then if you want more done, Jonathan, obviously you very well can, right? So let's get into under 23. My bread and butter, Jonathan. This should be where I come into my own, realistically. Okay. We've got a couple of goalie options. Jorgensen, Mamadashvili, Slonina. Slonina's an interesting one. He could weirdly pop off. I think he popped off last game, didn't he? He got like a 90 last game, I believe. I know Eupen are horrendous, but if you can get the right matchup with them, he can be really, really useful. But, I don't love it, to be honest. Motor Days, what's going on, mate? Thank you for becoming a member. I didn't realize you'd become one, but you're in. Motor Days, what's going on, mate? Thank you for becoming a member, of course. And yeah, we're just building. Well, I'm building, all you guys' lineups right now before the deadline tomorrow. And yeah, if you want your lineups built, you obviously can. If you don't, you don't. But yeah, just let me know your sort of prioritized, lineups that Jonathan's got in the chat there. Under 23, Champ Europe, Cap 240, Cap 270. Let me know what lineups you would like me to, help you build. In that sense. But yeah, we'll get into Jonathan's first. So Mamadashvili really stands out for me. At home to Granada, feels clean sheet capable. I know Jorgensen's fixture seems decent as well against Athletic Club, but I don't love it. Okay. Davis against BVB, I'm not in love with it. Dedic could be interesting there. I am interested to see how that plans out. Let's go L15. Who is this Jekyll guy? No worries. Appreciate that. Motor Days. Okay, what we got here? Okay, interesting. Some decent scores here, Jonathan. Very interesting. No clean sheet here and got a 22 AA. So what is his chances of getting a clean sheet this weekend? Ooh, yeah, they play top of the league, but they're at home. Not terrible as a matchup, to be fair. I don't hate that at all, honestly. Dedic is interesting. Hasn't been great recently, has he? So, Jekyll, one of my first players, he loves him. Okay. Yeah, I'm fancying him, to be honest, even though, I don't know if I can trust Can we trust Dedic, Jonathan? I know you like to trust him, don't you? But I'm not too fond of trusting him. Is Leo playing for... No, he's come off the bench. Okay, so for me, it's either Davies, Guth, Dedic. Cass could play, but I think Jekyll stands out there for me. He's on a good run of form, playing at home against a toughish team, but I think he could do decently well there. Midfielders, interesting. Dirk clearly stands out. Great bonus, great matchup, great opposition score. Baturina had a really good game last week, didn't he? But then Gluck could be interesting as well. Those three, hence the pick scores kind of say it for us, but they are the best three sort of picks here. Barrial's away from home in a game that, if they win, they're kind of through, aren't they, in the MLS playoffs because they won that first leg, I believe is how that works. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they have to play that third game. Cheeky little Moran in there as well. Okay. Enzo, obviously. Yeah, I think Proper's the safest in that sense. Like, Gluck, I want to play Gluck, but like his AA game's just not there. And, if he doesn't get that DA, it's worrying. So I think Proper has to play for me. And then up front, who have we got? Plata's got a game. That's interesting. That could be one of those skewed games. Are they playing it in like the AFC Champions League? Is that what that is? So he plays for El Sad. Ooh, interesting. That could be a bit of a cheat code, right, Jonathan? I think that could be decent, no? They play away. Okay. I don't know too much about that league in that sense, so it's hard for me to really judge. But going off that last game in the AFC Champions League, it seems like he could very well pop off there. Well, they're playing... Okay, yeah, so they're playing the same team that they played at home. And they won 6-0. So, I think he has to play, right? That seems too good to be true. Yeah, Plata is good. Yeah, I think Plata has to play there for me, Jonathan. And then extra position, honestly, I know you're probably going to hate me for this, Jonathan, but I'm going to say Baturina. I think they play a poor team. Not to say Salzburg don't, but I think he's just going to go on a bit of a run. I know he hasn't had many decisives recently, but he's so capable of those big AA games as well. I feel like we have to trust in him, to be honest. I know you're going to hate that, but Glock has a low L15. We could play him elsewhere, to be fair. I think that would be my team. And then as captain, it might be Plata. If he's that, if they're winning 6-0 at home and they're playing the same team away from home in the AFC Champions League, and he's on to start. Is he on to start? Do we have a... No, we don't have predictions for them, but that's fine. I'd assume he'd start. I would go something like this, or I would captain Plata. That would be my under-23 team, I think. Jonathan says Baturina is the rational pick. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense, to be fair. So we'll do that for now. And then Champ EU comes in next. Champ EU. So in goals, it probably has to be... Is Sommer playing every game, by the way? Even if he is, I still don't love it. I think Jorgensen has to be the pick, right? Away to Atalanta is not what we want to be involved with, really. Although, Inter are pretty decent at keeping clean sheets. I can't dispute that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I love that Sommer shout. I think it has to be Big Philip, to be honest. Clean sheet probabilities are pretty similar, although Inter do have a better probability. I mean, Van Dijk seems a lock here. I can't really look beyond him, to be honest. That doesn't seem logical to look elsewhere. They're playing Luton. Obviously, high chances of clean sheet. Midfielders look quite interesting. Paulinia's been really good. Obviously, he got that 100 last game, didn't he? Get rid of some of these tabs. He got that 100 last... Was it last game? Yeah, it was last game. And if he's not getting 100s, he's still getting 30 AAs. Which is obviously very helpful. But do we have anyone here that's like really punchy in that sense? i.e., can you get us a decisive as well? I'd say Goodmanson kind of falls into that category, right? He's very DA capable, and even if he's not getting DAs, he's getting he's getting decent AA. You're on a decent run of form. What's that? 4 goals in 5 games. I don't hate that at all, to be honest. Goodmanson seems a decent shout. Florian Kainz is actually a baller, by the way. Very good player. Somebody I know from the FI days, Football Index days. I think Polinia has to play for me. I think that'll be a good game against United. I think he'll mop up loads of AA. Big Cruz. Big Tony's down there, is he? At home, yeah. What is... Sorry, I kind of disregarded the lower end. I shouldn't have really done that because there was some nice options at the top. But yeah, what are we saying about Cruz then? He's got 70%. I don't know, man. I don't know if you need to take the risk. I'm not saying it's not worth the risk, but I don't know. Let me see what... Lads, I'm going to let you in on a little secret of mine. I do allude to on the streams with Quinny and Feder sometimes. This is like a La Liga fantasy football sort of prediction situation. Football fantasy. And they're pretty good with their predictions. And they've also got Cruz at 70%. And, I kind of tend to agree with them. It says here Valverde's injured somewhat. But they're quite confident that the Cruz is going to start. Obviously, the same on Sorare data. That does change things for me slightly, to be honest. That home fixture for Real is very good for Cruz. Obviously, we can expect him to be on set. I don't disagree with you. He is a 60 sort of lock if he starts. And I'm not saying he won't start, but, and he's not 90%, and that's kind of the give and take of taking risks, but I think this is probably calculated enough to where you can get away with that one, for sure. Up front, Becker's been on some decent form, hasn't he, recently? Let's have a look at what Becker's been up to. Maybe not. No, I lied. Okay, so Union Berlin are in like a really bad situation, aren't they? I was just going to check Piton's score. Okay, Piton. He had an attempted assist. He's won a duel. Okay. I don't mind it, Piton. I don't mind it. I was just going to check. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, Ramaj is on a good score. Very good score. Ajax still winning. Okay, so up front, Becker is definitely not it. Ito, away to Nantes, could be interesting. Cunha. I know his form isn't great. I think surely Coleman has to be the shout here, doesn't he? What is Play Sharper saying? What is the Sharper saying about Coleman? I know it's a tough game, but I still think they score a couple away to Dortmund, if I'm being honest. Yeah, he's at 90%. That's good enough for me, Jonathan. I think Coleman has to sort of fit in there. And then for the extra position, Lucas Hernandez could be that guy, if I'm being honest. Bennett says, how's your under 23 getting on? Yeah, it's actually, mate, I don't want to jinx it, but we could finish first. We're currently second with Piton here. We need 14 points to get to first position. First doesn't have he doesn't have anyone else to play. So if Piton carries on, doing this, then basically we could finish first. But I think, at worst I can finish 5th apparently, but I don't really know how that makes sense. But yeah, basically we're in a very good position right now. Fingers crossed, touch wood, Piton, sort of follows through and gets us that W. Mate, honestly, if I won this midweek, that would be absolutely mental. Like so insane. Because that Duke goal was big off the bench. This was gutting though. Ramos Mingo has played like the last 7 games. I captained him and he came off the bench as a sub, which was gutting. Little Seb actually created a big chance. Somebody missed a big chance. He got shot on target. Nia misses, but Piton's hopefully going to get us over the line. And that would be, yeah, that'd be insane. But for the extra position, I was just checking to see what Lucas Hernandez's situation is, because he's been really good. Yeah, okay, so that seems a lock for me, Jonathan. I can't see anyone outside of that, to be honest. I'd probably captain Lucas. I think he could go on an absolute tear. I think he could obviously hopefully get the clean sheet, of course, but I think passing wise you could see some massive scores from PSG. So yeah, that would be my Champ Europe team. And then 240 is the next situation. Obviously we have to be cautious of the capped. Interesting. Tim Melia could be interesting. Frederick Ronau feels like the obvious choice, right? Unless he's going to get dropped. If he doesn't get dropped, then an L15 of 30 is kind of what we want. Yeah, we kind of have to play. We kind of have to play Ronau, right? At home, I know Frankfurt probably score whatever, but the cap's too low to sort of disregard that. Kind of want to be looking for, you know, players with decent XP as well as, you know, a good chance of scoring well. I mean, you know, good scoring players are always going to outscore bad scoring players with good XP, but regardless, we still want some decent XP in here just because it helps us get us over the line. It depends. Okay, so 270 is your second. I was just thinking as far as, you know, playing Maatsen, because he does have a big cap, which could be useful in 270. I think Gluck could be an interesting one here. Since when is Zion Fleming a midfielder card, by the way? That's interesting. Arnaus could be really good as well. Let's just throw Maatsen in there for now. I know he has a high cap, but that's fine. Furu is away to Ross County. Okay. Nothing's like jumping out at me here, to be honest. Ito has quite a big cap. You could argue Cunha's an interesting one at 46, but I'm not in love with it. Not in love with any of these, really. Let's go back to defense, see what we can do here. Marlon Fossey, he has a good matchup against... sorry, that was the wrong tab. Marlon Fossey has been scoring pretty well. I'll give him that. Not incredible. I don't know if he is what we really are looking for here. Cass could be interesting. Yeah, I kind of don't mind this. What is his cap, though? 40. Yeah, that's low. They play away, do they? Yeah, they play away to Pisa, who are quite poor. We could go for the Union stack. Has he been playing? Yeah, he's odds on to start. That could be interesting if you fancy going for a little stack. Okay, got an own goal last game, which is not great. But when he does play, he seems to score pretty well. I kind of don't mind that, to be honest. But there's probably... I mean, you could probably argue Dedic is interesting there. At 42 cap. It's hard to sort of leave him there, I would say. If you think Furuhashi has a goal in him, which he obviously does, but... I don't know, maybe you want to save him for 270. Otika's, yeah, like you said, Otika could be interesting. Okita, sorry. Yeah, I like the look of that graph. And yeah, he probably has to play, doesn't he? And we have so much sort of leeway to go with movement. We can probably, we can afford to get another 53 point player in here. Who could we get in? Zion Fleming at home to Southampton is interesting, but I'm not in love with it, to be honest. It would have been nice to play Arnaus here, to be honest, but that's not possible. We could go with the Union defensive stack, but again, I don't know if you want to do that. Goodmanson could be the play here. Or Glock. If you want to go for Oscar and Dedic, I wouldn't be mad about something like that. Or maybe Okita at home. That could be the play. 81 lineup strength is very tasty, by the way. I think I'd be quite confident looking at that, to be honest. Okay, 270. What have we got here? Tim Melia is looking like our only choice. Is that right? Oh, we could go Sommer. We could play Sommer, couldn't we? But is Tim Melia been playing? I think he has been playing, hasn't he? Yeah, they lost. Oh, sorry, they won. Yeah, we got to go Tim Melia here. Surely to God. Melia in goals. Thing is, we've got such a big cap. We can go for, like, someone like Marvin. Marvin's could be an interesting one. Marvin Martin, sorry. Gave away a pen last game, which is not great. But when he plays, he absolutely smashes. I'd be inclined to go with him, to be honest. Cancelo. Thing is, you have such a big sort of budget here in that sense. You can kind of do what you want, really. Ish. Lars Stindl. Okay. Hasn't been great, though. Barriel, Enzo. I think Arnaus could be a nice play in midfield. They have a really good fixture, and you've got 2 OT. Okay, you've got 2 of him. Yeah, you've probably got to play him twice then. I would double down. I would definitely get him in twice. And then in defense, you've got 61 left. Do you want to play Cancelo? Yeah, Cancelo could be the play here. Opposition score isn't great, honestly, but I don't know. I think Martin's on to play. Let's have a look. If he is, I think I'd like to go with him, to be honest. I think he could churn you some really good score. Yeah, he's on to play. I think I'd be more confident in going that, and then 61 average then for our extra player. Stindl, Olsen. Olsen could be interesting. I don't mind that at all. I don't want to go 2 forwards. I prefer to go midfielder here. Like, going someone like Farahashi just doesn't really do it for me. I know Olsen's scores haven't been, like, exceptional. Feels like he's due a decisive, to be honest. Yeah, it does feel like he's due a decisive. We could go Barriel, but I'm not in love with it away to Red Bull, to be honest. How is this looking for Stindl? See, like, if he doesn't get a decisive, it just feels like he's just pointless to play, where, like, Olsen has that AA that kind of gives you a bit of leeway. Yeah, I'm thinking Olsen, lads, to be honest. And then for captain would probably be, if we fancy Otika, just a pop off. Okita, sorry. I think that would be my play. 80 pick score. Jonathan, that would be my top 4 for you, mate. If you want to take a little screenshot of that, maybe. But yeah, those would be my teams for you. Who's up next, lads? Who wants their lineups built? Let me know in the chat. If you do, just literally just put your 4 sort of main prioritized lineups, and then we'll go in and obviously give me your Sorare name as well, and we'll go into Sorare data and get those built for you. But yeah, those are my lineups for you, Jonathan. So just gonna check. No worries, Jonathan. Okay, Piton with the 4 AA. I see you. Ooh, Ajax scored again. Ajax scored again. Akpom with the goal. Berghaus with the assist. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, lads, whoever wants theirs next, just literally just say in the chat. Let me know your Sorare name. Let me know your top 4 prioritized lineups. If you even have 4, you don't have to have 4. It could be 2, it could be 1, whatever you want me to sort of have a look at. I'm here to have a look at. So yeah. And in the meantime, I was just going to have a look at what's going on over here. So we're 14 points away. Ross says, my res are a waste of time doing, as I've only got 1 keeper, so could go in my limiteds. Champ EU. is that Gas 270. Sorry. Champ EU. All-Star, sorry. Yeah, 270, 240. Ross over 98. Let's get going, Ross. Let's get it going. Let's get this show on the road. Lineup builder. Okay. I should have saved those lineups, shouldn't I, for Jonathan in his community thing. Next time I'll do that. Okay, my Razor waste of time doing. I've only got one keeper. It's going. Yeah, Alex, I'll do yours after Ross's, 100%. Just let me know which sort of lineups you want me to do in order, and then we'll get them going. So Champ EU first. Let's get that going. Champ. Why can't I? I'm being an idiot here. Challenger, Champion America, Champion Asia, Champion Europe. My head was going there. Okay, Herdekian goals. Nice and easy for us. Okay. Defense. Molina. Daily Blind. How good has he been scoring away from home? Did well away to Cadiz. Not much else to shout about. He seems to do better at home from what I'm seeing there. So he's kind of out of the reckoning for me. Romero obviously stands out like a sore thumb. I was just kind of checking if there's anything else to check up on. Thierry Carrera, interesting, but I think Romero kind of picks himself there. You'd have to, on form, go with him. Big John McGinn, by the way, is on fire. Lewis Morgan with a 71 L5. Go on, the boy. He's been really good in Italy, by the way. I've been very impressed with his with how he's been doing. They're at home. They play Lazio. I don't love it. Max Arnold's away to Werder Bremen. That feels like the obvious choice. But saying that, Wolfsburg are struggling right now. He isn't scoring how I'd like him to. John McGinn on form has to be the play, right? L5 of 6. Yeah. Lads, it's John McGinn. Sorry, Ross. I don't know why I'm even contemplating that. Let's have a look at this guy, though. Kemp. Tobias Kemp is pretty decent. They plays for Darmstadt. They play away at home to Bochum. He could be interesting. I kind of don't mind that. I know you probably want me to go with Ferguson. Yeah. I think John McGinn has to play on form. Sonny kind of picks himself. And then for the extra, it's definitely not Max Arnold for me. It could be Big Jared. But I do like this Kemp and Ferguson as well. Let me have a look at Darmstadt. Where's he playing? He's playing CDM, okay. Does he take set pieces? He does take sets. Yeah, he's in for me. Sorry. He picks himself. Boom. And then I'd probably captain Sonny, to be honest. On form, at home. I know it's Chelsea, but I still fancy him to do pretty well there as far as scoring goes. And if Tottenham are going to get decisive, it's basically him, isn't it, that's going to get one. Okay, let's do Gas. All-Star Limited. Let's go with Babacan. Seems like the play. Fry could be interesting, but I think this... Is he back from... Is that Asian guy back from... That Asian guy was... When I say Asian guy, that Japanese goalkeeper... I mean, it says he's back, but didn't he go on a bit of a dodgy streak or something and not play? I guess he's been playing recently, to be fair, but... So he gave away a pen against this team last time round. I was going to say that it should have an easy day against them, but it might not be that easy. But they are at home. It's either him or Babacan, to be honest. Has he been smashing it? Yeah, he's been pretty well. Ross says that Kemper's been lying in my gallery last season when he was a D2 player, but has been quite useful recently. I mean, yeah, on a good matchup at home, set pieces, they're kind of the signs I look for, to be honest. And I'm not opposed to using him this weekend. I wouldn't be opposed to using him this weekend, to be fair to you, mate. So yeah, maybe I'm going to use Babacan just because he has a higher cap, and we don't really, if we want to use 240, we could use that Japanese goalie there. Villalba at home feels like a bit of a lock. And Gardu how has he been scoring in China? Not great. He's been okay. Okay, Liam Scales could be the shout. Alex Roldan. I'm not in love with any of them. Villalba seems like, well, I guess Gulheim could be the boy, couldn't he? Yeah, Gulheim's going in there for me. Turkish lads to kick us off. Daniel Armstrong at home to Motherwell, who are obviously struggling. Didn't get a decisive last game, but very good AA. Very decisive, capable. At home feels like one of the plays. João Paulo away from home. I don't love it. Siopis, go on the boy. Away to Stoke. He'll probably mop up there, to be fair. You've got Tony Cruz in there as well. I'd be inclined to play Cruz, to be honest. I would honestly throw Cruz in. And then Berghaus obviously just got his assist then. Johnny Russell at home. Big Jared. Berghaus has such a low L15, though. I'd kind of want to use him in capped, if that makes sense. Is Johnny Russell down to start this weekend in the Kansas game? Where's he to? Because he didn't play last game, which was weird. Yeah, he's at 70. I don't love it, but I think the upside is there in that sense. Like I think he's kind of worth the risk, I would say. Haxa could be interesting at home to Cardiff, but Cardiff are not just saying it just because I'm from there, but they are actually a pretty good team. I might go Johnny Russell here. I know he's not like super duper nailed, but I fancy him to do pretty well there. I think Scales has been scoring really well, hasn't he? Yeah. And they play Ross County. I'd be inclined to go him or Armstrong, to be honest. Armstrong feels like a typical captain sort of choice here. You're all at home. You'd obviously want to look at captaining Cruz as well, to be fair, but yeah, you probably would captain Cruz, wouldn't you? Just because he's so decisive, capable. Not that Armstrong isn't, but that would be my gas line. I've taken advantage of some big L15s there. And then 270. 270 could be interesting. So this guy has a really low cap. How is he? Yeah, we can't really afford to go with him, to be honest. Not here. Casio away. Fry could be interesting. I don't fancy Dallas to do that well, to be honest. Obviously, no Velasco. Ferreira couldn't score in a brothel right now. I'd argue that's an interesting choice here. This guy's been doing pretty well, though, hasn't he, for Sivaspor? Yeah, some decent scores. Not keeping a ton of clean sheets, but when they do, yeah, I'm not fully against it, but I'm not in love with it. I kind of want to use. I mean, they have similar. Yeah, I think I would probably do this then. Why doesn't he have any bonus, by the way? Does he not have any bonus? If he doesn't, then I'm going to be a bit scared of using him. Or is that just fake? Maybe we can go into your gallery and have a look. Like, is he actually not got any bonus? Oh no, he does have bonus. Okay, yeah, we are playing him. I don't know what's wrong with that there. But yeah, well, I fancy him to do pretty well at home. And then in defense, I think Scalesy has to play there for me. Away from home, but I'm not worried about that, to be honest. Do we have anyone cheeky here that could pop off for us? Gergic could be that guy, maybe. Who have we got up front first? Bruno Petrovic, Jared Bowen, Haxa, Berghuis. I'd probably go Jared here and see what we can do with two sort of cheaper midfielder options. Not cheaper, but was a way to say, where's my XP gone? Yeah, I don't know what's gone on there. But I think it's back, to be fair. Not in love with any of these, but I would probably play Ferguson here, to be honest. And then for 49, yeah, Villalba seems obvious, to be honest. I would go something like that. And probably captain him as well, just because... Yeah, just because he's AA capable. Good chance of a clean sheet. That would be my 270. Then that leaves us with a bit of playroom then, doesn't it? Because we can play Berghuis in the forward position. I'd probably lean towards Fry, honestly, here. 47 cap. I just don't fancy Dallas, to be honest. I really don't. They're just not it at all. I'm not having them. Leaves us with 50 average left for the rest of the boys. Not in love with much here. Blind at 55. What have we got in midfield first? Can we nick a bit of leeway here? What the pick score's saying. Max Arnold. I'm not in love with that. Honestly, I'm really not. Is Gergic been doing it? Not particularly. Gergic has not been doing it. Neither has Max Arnold. I think Siopis could be an interesting one. In a weird way. Or Oliveira, has he been playing? Come off the bench? No. Maybe Max Arnold is the shout and we just back him at 46. Maybe we just back him. 104 points left. I mean, it kind of makes me want to go him. Just because the matchup seems stupidly good. Like, ridiculously good. So, we're going to trust Sorare data on that one. Then we've got 52 left to see what we can do with... I don't love Correa. Gergic. Haksabanovic. Is Haxa down to start? Like, it's not a terrible matchup against Cardiff, but it's not unbelievable. But he's been in and out, hasn't he? And I don't know if I trust... I don't know if I trust what's happened with him. Yeah, so he... Okay, started the last game. Fair enough. Started the last game. But was a sub in the last two. I don't love that. Like, I don't want to take risks where possible in Cap 240, you know? You want to minimize risks where possible. And I just don't see the point in taking that one. I'd be tempted to go Siopis, honestly. Just because I kind of know he's going to play. I say that now and he'll probably be benched. But we've got 52 points to play with. And I'm not in love with any of the other options, to be honest. Thierry Correa could be interesting. At home to Granada. It's a good matchup. Yeah, maybe he could be the play, to be honest. Yeah, I'll reserve my... It's got to be Burkhardt. That's a really decent Cap 240 lineup, to be fair. 78. Posh for Bologna looking back and he's cheap. Is he midfielder? Let's have a little look. Yeah, Stefan Posh. Yeah, I'm not in love with that. I think you're better off going with something like this. Well, 3 home. Big Michael with a ridiculously good away fixture, and I really fancy Seattle to do okay against Dallas, to be honest. And that would be the 240 lineup. So Ross, there your 4 lineups. If you want to take a little screenshot or whatever of them, if you want to use them. If you don't, fair enough. But that would be my best 4 lineups for you, mate. I'm going to move over to Alex. So we've got WLI No worries at all, Al. No worries at all, Ross. My pleasure, mate. My pleasure. Okay, Alex. Let's get into some lineup building. So, All-Star, Champ, Europe, Challenge, I would say. Rare 240, but I don't have a lot of options this week, so kind of picks itself. Maybe under 23 if you fancy having a look at that. Is that under 23 limited, if that makes sense? Just sort of checking. But yeah, under 23, under 23. All-Star limited to go first then. So, interesting. So you've got Leganas as goalkeeper. I like the look of that. Off the cuff. Pandor's in there. Alisson. But you want to do All-Star Champ Europe Challenger. Okay. So if you're telling me that, I would probably take advantage of this Leganas, the Leganas situation, to be honest. I'd be looking to play, Alisson in Cap 240 in Champion. Yeah, limited, not much to pick from. No, that's fine. Yeah, I would go this Conde, to be honest. And then thing is, I don't want to waste your Champ Europe players in All-Star, if that makes sense. But then you're telling me All-Star is your priority, so like what I'm saying is I'm not going to play Van Dijk here and not Alisson. I would play them both together somewhere just because of it makes more sense in that sense. Big Bass, what's this guy scoring like? Very good. Very, very good. Okay. He's definitely in with a shout. 54. Big Shane Duffy. Or you go with the defensive stack. Okay. Now we're talking. He hasn't done that well recently. Okay. What happens there then? So he's been playing left wing back rather than left back, which is obviously fucked his scores up a bit. Yeah, so he's losing the ball a lot more. I guess that is the... Well, not a lot more actually. Either All-Star or Champ as priority. Okay, let me do Champ then. Sorry, I was just checking my phone. Yeah, maybe I'll do. Let me get Champ out the way first, just because I want to sort of put Champ players where they kind of should be, and obviously Alisson seems to pick himself here. Big Verge. Oh, you got a nice little Liverpool stack. Okay, yeah, now we're talking. Big Slob can go in for us. Is Darwin on to start after his cheeky little goal midweek? I assume he would be, right? Yeah, Big Darwin's on to start and Jota is. Okay. Mate, it has to be the time for the Liverpool stacks this weekend. Surely to God. I'd go Big Darwin as our striker, and then it's interesting. Like, do you do a differential here? Do you play somebody that's not a Liverpool player, if that makes sense? It's hard to really say. Like, what could Anderson do for us away to Bologna, realistically? Blanked at home to Fiorentina. He's decent, but I'm not in love with it. Whereas, like, you kind of know, like, if Jota plays, but then he's a low cap player, so you could play him in cap somewhere and sort of take advantage of that there. I'd probably play little Almac. Would I, though? Like, his scores aren't incredible, are they? Is Gross the play? Gross might be the play, to be honest. Everton. Surely he does it away to Everton. I know every player's away there, but is it Big Virgil captain or Big Dom? Dom's more decisive, capable, but Virgil could just absolutely mop up for AA. But so could Dom. I'm going Dom. I think Dom's more 100 capable this weekend, to be honest, but that would be yeah, that would be my Champ Europe team. Okay, let's go into gas. And then we're gonna go. We'll go Big Diego. I'm not in love with the idea of stacking that defensive player with him, because his, Like if he plays left wing back again, let's see what he's projected to play. I just can't count on him not getting, like his peak seems to be like 30 odd AA at left back. But if he's not playing left back and he's playing left wing back, then it's a bit trickier. It says he's playing left back here, so I kind of, if we're going off that, then I would probably just stick with the defensive stack and hopefully that correlation like sort of pops off for you. Got some decent midfielders here. Romens feels like the play, to be honest. I don't love Zion Fleming at home well, I don't know. Do I love it? No, I don't. Jordy Classy could be the play though. Classy's been, pardon the pun, but class, to be honest, this season. I know the last few games haven't been great, but tough games. Villa, I know you could argue these aren't that tough, but yeah, I mean, it's a good matchup this weekend against my boys Excelsior. Like, genuinely, Excelsior aren't great at all. I'd be inclined to do something like that. And then Braithwaite could be interesting, just from what I'm seeing there. Oh, you've got Big Myoshi. I've got his card as well. Van Brederode. Yeah, I am inclined to think Van Brederode could be the play. But I know you've got a challenger sort of contingency as well that needs to be played. He scored a couple recently, didn't he, Braithwaite? Sorry. But yeah, blanked the last two. They've lost the last two. Okay. Maeda could be interesting. I'd probably go Anderson and just hope he pops off. And then in midfield, maybe Zion. Or Zion, sorry. Probably Captain Classy. I'd go with something like that, which then leaves you with Challenger. And then obviously we go with, it's interesting. Like Pando has a good fixture, as does Matt Ryan. I would honestly go with Matt Ryan though. I'd go Matt Ryan, Sugawara. I would go Romans. Maybe save Sven. I'd go Maeda. And then I would go this Bass fella at home. Captain Sugawara. And then which should leave you with an under 23 situation of Pandor. Okay, we don't have a defender then. I'm thinking of doing something like that. But I guess that doesn't really work then, does it? If that's the case then, which is fine. I think I would just go Van Brederode over Maeda. I don't know if I would go Mynans over this Bass fella. He seems to be scoring pretty well. I'd be quite confident they get a clean sheet, to be honest, at home. Low on under 23 players. Okay, fair enough. I would go with that. Half AZ, half go ahead. That would be my sort of top three. I know the under 23 you said, but they would be my... The gas is interesting. Like, it's a bit of a mix-up, to be honest. I think if the clean sheet comes in for Leganas, you're on for a decent game there. Zion at home, I know it's Southampton, but Southampton league goals, so I wouldn't be too worried about him not doing that. I think he'd do well there. Is what I'm getting at, and the challenger team's good as well. So yeah, and I kind of like the differential with Gross away to Everton, but like if you weren't to do that, if you didn't want to play Gross, I would play Jota and go all Liverpool, unless you want to play, unless Jota's your cap 240 guy. If he's not, then I would genuinely play Gross in here. I would play Jota in there, if I'm being honest. That would be my... I'd go full Liverpool and just hope they absolutely batter Luton. And obviously, you know, Núñez, Jota and Slobber involved in the decisives. Clean sheet locked in with Van Dijk and Alisson, and away you go would be my... my sort of recommendation. Anyone else in the chat? I don't know how many of you are here, lads. I can't actually see, so yeah, if anyone else wants their team sort of looked at, let me know and we'll get that done. But yeah, I just can't see how many of you are in the chat, which is a bit annoying, but that's not your fault, that's my fault. But yeah, let me know, lads, and we'll get anyone else's teams done. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. It's interesting. It doesn't actually tell me how many of you are in the chat, which was weird. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, was looking to go for Liverpool as my Liverpool fan too. Makes it even more fun to watch. Yeah, I love that, mate. I love that. No worries at all, Al. I just massively appreciate you becoming a member, man. And yeah, believing in it. Motterdance, could you check mine after, please? Name is Motterdance. All-Star Champ Euro. Ooh, some nice players here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so lineup builder. Okie dokie. So, All-Star first. Let's go. All-Star rare, isn't it? Sorry. Yeah. What have we got cooking then? Hradecky away to Hoffenheim. Regis away. This intrigues me a little bit. Amin's goalkeeper. Okay. Clean sheet in the last game. Before that, we're conceding quite a lot. But they have a very good, and I mean very good, away fixture. Highest clean sheet probability, feels like the play. Unless you've got a stack of anyone else, I would be inclined to go... him, to be honest. And then in defence, what have we got going on here? Daily Blind. Carl Walker-Peters definitely stands out. What a nice card that is to have. Midfield, all Champ EU, so they can all double up, so we don't have to worry about. Fulrich could be the play here for me. And then I would save Palacios for... your champ team. Up front, Benextiera. Coleman is a very nice play. Silas. Or if you fancy Inaki Williams to pop off. Ooh, this is interesting. Very interesting. Oh, that's so annoying. You got Garassi and he's injured. That is fucking minging, mate. That's so annoying. Very annoying. Big Kingsley. Do we save Big Kingsley for the Champ EU team? What is Williams' AA game like? Yeah, not bad, actually. Not bad at all. I kind of don't mind going Williams here, to be honest. Like, Villarreal are known like world beaters in that sense. But if we're saying the best team, if Gas is your main priority, then I think Coleman has to play. So I'm going to go Coleman. Sorry to flip that on you in the last second, but that would be... I gotta stop thinking about saving players. That's not the way to really look at it. You know, we want this team to do well first and foremost. Milot's been doing well recently, hasn't he? He could be a nice little stack. Yeah, the grassy injury sucks. Yeah, that is so annoying. His scores aren't incredible, but they're scoring goals every game, and he's always in and around the decisive. So I would be quite comfortable going him. What is this guy been playing like? Not as good. Yeah, Milot seems like the most decisive, capable. You could argue Daley Blind has a little shot. I know I sort of said I wouldn't want to play him away from home, but like I'm not completely against it. Let's go. We might have to break up the stack and just do that. And I would probably captain Palacios. All away, like I can't lie, I'm not somebody that loves away fixtures, but they're not playing great teams. I know you could argue, Bayern are playing Dortmund, but the other 4 players are all playing good, rubbish teams really away from home. So I'm not too sort of worried about that. Not going too well. And then Champ Europe Rare. It's got to be Herdecki and Tapsoba. Midfield. I think you got to go Milot. I think then Inaki has to play. And then extra positions, interesting. Bench press is finally in. He's finally in. Love that, mate. I'm sure you've just gone through a lot of hassle to get in here. So I really appreciate that. You managing to get in. I really, really love to see it. Yeah. Proper love it that you managed to get in. It's Daley Blind for me or Anton. And I'm kind of inclined to go Daley. I'd be inclined to captain him or Tapsoba. To be honest. Yeah, I think I captain Blind. I'm not saying that they're not going to score well, the Bayer Leverkusen boys, but I think I would go with something like that. Bench press, I really appreciate that. If you want to give me your actual name, you don't have to, but it'd be nice just so I don't have to call you bench press. But yeah, mate, honestly, it means the world to me, Like, yeah, I've been pushing out Sorare content for like nearly 3 years now, so yeah, I thought it was time to try and make something of it in that sense, and just, where I can, just provide value, basically. That's literally all I'm trying to do. And yeah, it's hard to do so in a sort of content economy where everyone like gives so much away for free. It's hard to sort of monetize yourself in that way. More than didn't realize how many away games. Yeah, you've got literally all your fixtures away. So yeah, not an unbelievable place to be in, but you never know. Sometimes away fixtures can be sneaky. Teams can or forced to defend more. Defenders have more defensive actions, etc., etc. So that would be my 2 there. And then you've got 240 then, is it? To get into, I don't know how this 240 is going to line up. Yeah, it's Chris. It's a random name I've made on here. Shouldn't really change it. I mean, it's up to you. It doesn't matter what your sort of handle is. But yeah, I appreciate you telling me your name, Chris. It just makes it a bit more personal in that sense. And yeah, I prefer it a little bit more. So a big Braun in goals. Oh, you got the new card as well, which is nice. Big Braun in goals. Anton seems like the play here. If we can fit him in, could be tough to fit all this in. Is Ikone down to start? Is my worry for Fiorentina. He's 70. Okay. Who have we got up front first? Silas is probably the best bet here. Do we have 44 left? We don't even have anyone that's... Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. What do we do about that? Motadace. Like, we don't really want to rip up another team, do we? Realistically. Unless we go Bizot in goals. It gives us 48 points this way. We could play... Is Ronaldo on to start for... Rualt, sorry, on to start for Stuttgart. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Let's have a... Oh, no lineup projections. Well, that's fucking annoying. That's very annoying. Has he played the last game? Yeah, but he had a stinker. And got dragged after 64. That is a bit worrying, lads. I can't lie. So we either play Ben Xtiera, who's actually been decent. I wouldn't be too scared of playing him against Barca, to be honest. I think you'll... Like, I don't think Barca will keep a clean sheet. Yeah, Ben Xtiera is class. Baron Xtiera, however you pronounce it. But yeah, he's really good. I'd be inclined to do something like that. Probably captain the defender. I know the goalie isn't the goalie of, you know, preference in that sense, but it's all we can do with that. Yeah, with that average, isn't it? Really. So yeah, that would be my sort of 3 teams for you, mate. And Chris, have you got any lineups you want me to look over / help you with? Let me know. Or yeah, let me know in the chat. Let me know your Sorare username so I can find you on Sorare data. And then obviously, yeah, let me know what lineups you'd like me to build for you. If you don't, then that's fine. And yeah, no, I just appreciate you all massively. I didn't even expect to get any sort of members in the first day. So it's just been really nice to have a little group of us to kick things off today. I am also... I'll actually do this now. If you want to join... I'm going to give you guys a... I've just put in the chat, lads, an invite to my Value of Talent Discord, which is free to anyone to come into. But I've made like a private member channel for us guys, you guys who are members. So if you want to join that, please feel free to. I've already got 2 of you guys in there, but yeah, if the rest of you, Chris and Motadace and Alex, if you want to join it, if you don't have Discord, then fair enough. But if you want to join it, then I'm just going to post basically in there when I'm going live and stuff, just so it's a little bit more interactive and you kind of know when I'm going to go live. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know about that. And yeah, lads, we're closing in on a bit of a decent result here. We're 2 points away from winning under 23 Super Rare here, which would be nice. Alex said he'll join now. Love that out. Yeah, should work sort of fine in that. Yeah, no worries, Motor Dace. No worries at all, mate. So happy for my... I can't think of his name. Carl Walker Peters. Got him for around 50 quid ages ago. Oh, wow, Motor Dace. That's an absolute bargain of a pickup. What did you... Yeah, what's he going for now, Peters? Big Kyle. Wow, yeah, lovely. Tripled your money on him then. You don't want to be selling him though because his utility is too sort of high to not play him and not have him in your team. He's too good. So yeah, lads, next stream will be Monday Monday evening or Monday at some point. If you can't catch the stream live, then yeah, it is what it is. But we'll be sort of building lineups then. Let me know what sort of time's best for you Monday. Probably, like I said, evening, but like, yeah, 7, 8, whatever it is. We'll do an hour or so of lineup building for you guys for the midweek. And then maybe Wednesday we'll do some Sorare scouting, and then Thursday lineup building for the weekend, obviously. So yeah, those will be the sort of three streams next week. But yeah, massive good luck for... Oh, here we go. Sorry, I didn't realize, Chris. To be honest, I've already deleted them around 5 times and remade based on Sorare data. You're more than welcome to have a go in my All-Star Limited 240. Yeah, I'll do that now. Motor Days, thanks for that. Off to bed, got work at 4:30. Well, yeah, make sure you get you some sleep, Motor Days. Yeah, massive good luck for the game week as well. We will get Chris's lineups in now. Chris L23. Okay, so you want me to do All-Star Limited 240, 270. Let's get them done then and we'll call it a night. So All-Star Limited first up. Ooh, Big Joe Hart. Big Joe Hart. Okay. Big Jans Blackwood. So we've got 240, 270. Okay. Just keeping that in mind. I mean, Donnarumma stands out like a sore thumb, to be honest. I think Big Donna has to play here for us in gas. Best chance of a clean sheet. I know he's a bit dodgy sometimes with, well, PSG are quite dodgy in general. Or do we go with a little Celtic stack here? Yeah, you know what, lads? I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to go Joe Hart. I think I'm going to go Big Scales. Scales, Joe Hart stack for the defense. Ooh, Big Jude. Big Jude. Wow. Well, Jude has to play for us. And you've got Killian as well. Jesus. This is a cheeky gallery. Really cheeky, Chris. And Haaland. I mean, if you not only care, but if you want All-Star Limited to be the best team you have, I had to sneeze there, sorry. It has to be that. I can't see anything outside of that. Celtic defensive stack. And then those three bad boys up front / in midfield. That would be my All-Star Limited. And then you said 240 next. So who have we got with a decent enough cap here to warrant playing them? I kind of don't mind. We'll see what we got outfield-wise first. Do we have any sort of low-cap players that can sort of do a job for us in here? David Turnbull, interesting. James Forrest. Does James Forrest play? Maybe. Maybe he does. I don't know, though. I'm pretty sure that's what I've done. Data has been saying not Scales, though. Yeah, I mean, I can see why they wouldn't say Scales, but you don't have to, like, I don't know, you don't have to use, data's not gospel in that, Sorare data isn't gospel. But, from what I'm seeing here, I can't see how he isn't the best play. Just, it just makes the most sense to me there, for sure. Okay, 240 is going to be interesting. I just don't know how we're going to do it as far as... Because all your players are quite good is the issue. So we're going to have to be quite savvy in how we... Yeah, set our points up here. Okay. Who can we get in here that's pretty low? Is Popovic going to play? Yeah, but his scores don't scream I'm going to score well. I think Starfelt could be interesting as a 45. I'd probably try and squeeze him in there. And then I like Kuto being putting him under 23, low cap. Yeah, Kuto's decent. Kuto is definitely decent. Yeah, I'm not completely against the Kuto shout. I think I want to play Donnarumma here, to be honest, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to afford to with the rest of the cap. Like, we could go Maeda. Oh, you got big Delinga as well. I think this scores this weekend, but what's the predicted lineups for Scotland? Yeah, Maeda's down to start. I'd probably have to back Maeda, to be honest. And then in midfield, we just don't have... Problem is, we just don't have too much cap to play with. We've got 44 left. Yeah, I guess Kuto probably has to play then, doesn't he? If that's how this is sort of planning out. Yeah, I would probably go Kuto in there. I would probably captain Dirk. Yeah, that would be my 240 for you, and then 270. Well, saying that, well, I don't know. I was just thinking, like, do we want to not waste, but do we want to play Donnarumma in here when we don't really have to? Like, because 270 is obviously the long form right now. It depends how many good scores you've had in the long form. Like, have you had any good scores so far in 270 limited, like this month? If not, then I would play Donnarumma in here. But if you have had some good scores, then I would probably play like Pandor here maybe, and then play Donnarumma. Like, I'd probably do that. And then play your sort of stronger team in 270, if that makes sense. And go something like Donnarumma. I think we've got a big Xavi Simons in here, don't we, somewhere? We have to play Xavi, don't we? Well, we've got big McGregor as well. Honestly, probably one decent score and a few average. Okay. You're still within a chance then. You might as well go for it. I'd go Xavi Simons. Probably has to be Furu, doesn't it? Big Furu, and then defense. I think Taylor could be a shout. Taylor's been decent recently. Been putting up some good AA scores. I know we don't have Hart in here to partner him up with, but who have we got at 50? Sikwe could be interesting, but I'm not in love with it. Let's get rid of Taylor. Actually, let's get rid of Furu, right? And let's go Delinga. I'd actually fancy Delinga to score this weekend, to be honest, after you got benched last weekend. Gives us a bit more to play with then with our defense. Like, we can go Taylor, and then we could go Teddy Twema, which could be nice. Big Teddy could be really interesting. Yeah, I would argue Teddy could be the play there. Teddy, we can't play McGregor. We don't have enough cap left. How has he been doing? Yeah, not incredible, actually. Maybe Twema isn't the play then. Roman 5. Or we just go double forward and hope for a Hashi. Well, I was just saying, do we hope for a Hashi just absolutely smashes his tits off? But I don't know if he's going to be honest. I don't know if he's going to. How's Ito been scoring? I know he's a decent player, but left back, okay. You know what? I'd be inclined to go double forward maybe and just go Furu. Captain Xavi Simons, something like that. That would kind of be my layout of it. Obviously going really heavy in All-Star Limited, which I think you should do. I think that is the play, 100%. Definitely the play for me. That would be what I would go with, Chris, to be fair. So yeah, mate, I think I'm going to end the stream there because I need to get some food down. I haven't eaten all day. But mate, really appreciate you sort of signing up and stuff and becoming a member. You know, it helps me out massively with the content, and yeah, just excited to see where we can take it. But yeah, massive good luck for this weekend. Obviously, you don't need to use these lineups, but I think that All-Star Limited one is definitely a bit of a banger. So yeah, you know, reworking the 240, 270, yeah, maybe, but that All-Star Limited is quality. All-Star hits. Yeah, that All-Star team, mate, is interesting. If Celtic keep a clean sheet, I think you're laughing. I really do. You know, I'm not opposed if you went Donnarumma in All-Star, genuinely. But then I think the defender has to change, realistically. So I don't know who else you would play in defense in that sense. Like, I think keeping the Celtic boys together is better for correlation. Because if you go Donnarumma and then Liam Scales, then if one of them don't get a clean sheet, you're kind of screwed, right? So that would be my my sort of say on that. But yeah, Al's still in here. Appreciate you still being here, Al. Yeah, massive good luck for the weekend, lads. I will be on Quinny stream tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. So if you're in and around YouTube tomorrow, then I'll be featuring on his channel there. So hopefully see you there. But yeah, massive good luck for this weekend, lads. And I'll see you very, very soon. Ben Fresh said it's a Friday game. Don't worry about the Friday. You should be fine with the Friday curse with PSG. Joking now. It's a recipe for disaster. But I fancy him to get a clean sheet, mate. Honestly, I wouldn't be too worried, genuinely. I think you'll be fine. I really do. But yeah, massive good luck this weekend, lads. And I'm off to get me some food.